I've just finished reading a book called 100 Ways to Improve Your Writing by Gary Provost. I think it's a great book for you if you're a beginner writer, and it's a good book if you're an experienced writer. I gave it 3 stars. There are many tips there. Most of them, to me, they were just reminders. But if you're a beginner, I highly recommend that you read this book. In one chapter, Gary says, if editors or teachers have consistently found grammatical errors in your writing, the flaw in your work is not minor. It is fatal. Good writing and good grammar are not twins, but they're usually found in the same place. So, grammar is important. Grammar is crucial, because without great grammar, you cannot communicate well. And especially if you're writing well, if you don't have good grammar, how can you express your ideas in a way that people can understand them? So, if you want to be a great writer, or if you want your writing to be great, which I prefer, you need to get great at grammar, okay? And you know this, especially if you're a non-native English writer, because you may be over-concerned about, the technicalities, the prepositions, the tenses, the spelling, all these things. I used to be like that too. Like, I used to think about, I used to look at my sentences and think, is this correct? Does this make sense? Do I need a preposition here? Is the, do I need the present perfect, the past simple? So all these grammatical questions. But my teachers never taught me that writing is not just this. Writing is not just great grammar. There is much more than that. I never received a comment on my writing. When I used to take exams, language exams, English language exams, none of my teachers ever wrote a comment saying, your story was very interesting, especially, the beginning of your story was great. I like how you describe the character, or I like how you started your article. It really attracted, it really made me want to read more. None of these comments. And that's why I think many non-native English writers who study English, they are over-concerned about the language, about the grammar, the vocabulary, and all these things. All these things, the technicalities, okay? The form of the language. But there's something else that the author says in the book, 100 Ways to Improve Your Writing. He says this: keep in mind that good grammar, even perfect grammar, does not guarantee good writing any more than a good referee guarantees a good basketball game. So there's more to writing than good grammar. You can have perfect grammar, but maybe your story is boring, is not interesting, not appropriate. So how can you learn? How can you learn how to write something that people want to read? How can you write a piece that's interesting, engaging, that connects with the reader? Because this is what writing is all about. Like, do you think that Stephen King is a great writer because he's got good grammar? Of course, he's got good grammar, of course, but I think he's a great writer because he spends time writing. He writes stories that are engaging, that people want to read, that make the reader feel as if they were there in the book. this is another set of skills that a writer needs to have. Then, of course, it depends on what you write. Like, do you write to persuade? Do you like to tell stories? Do you write to sell? Are you a copywriter? Do you write content? Do you write blogs? What do you write? You know, that's also the aim of the purpose of writing is also plays a role in the stories that you tell, in the stories that you write, in the way you write these stories. So okay, this is basically the whole point of this video. I just wanted to tell you that, okay, grammar is crucial, get good at that, but it's not the only thing. It's not the only thing that you should improve, or the only thing that you should get good at if you want to improve your writing. Sometimes I click on articles on Medium. If you're not on Medium, I highly recommend Medium to, you know, read more and connect with other writers as well. I'm on Medium as well. If you want to check my profile out, it's in the show notes. But the point is, sometimes I read articles on Medium, and when I click on an article, sometimes I see a block of text like this. As soon as I click, I open the article, I see a block of text. And I immediately, I feel, no, I don't want to read this. You know, this is online writing. This is not, you know, a contract that I'm reading on paper. So also, the layout is another thing. But sometimes I click on these articles, and for the first 30 seconds, the writer is not telling me anything substantial, anything interesting. And what do? I click away immediately. Like, you cannot ramble on a page. I can ramble here on a podcast, on a video like this. Maybe, you know, if I want to become a YouTube star, probably I wouldn't record these things. But rambling when you're speaking, that's okay. Maybe. But rambling on a page when you're writing, well, no, absolutely not. So, again, there are skills, grammar skills, yes, but there is more. There is more. How can you improve these skills? You can read a lot, read things that, okay, when you read an article or a piece or anything that you find interesting, ask yourself why you found it interesting. Because sometimes I remember I read a PDF guide. It was, I think, 30 pages. And I read it from start to end, from beginning to end, in one go, you know, in one session. And I thought, wow, I've never read a 30-page PDF. What made me so interested in that PDF? Well, first of all, the writer was speaking to my problems, to something I really wanted to learn more about. And the layout was great, like 3 sentences, then there was a space, white space, another sentence, then another sentence. It wasn't, you know, a block of text like this. It would be very hard, especially if you're reading on a computer or on a smartphone. So when you find something that you want to read, and you find yourself reading it, and you finish reading and you think, okay, wow, this was interesting. Well, you can ask yourself, how did the writer manage to keep my attention from the beginning of the article till the end, from the beginning of the text to the end of the text? And noticing things is something that can really help you improve your writing as well. And what else can you do? Practice. Of course, you can start practicing today, publishing things on Medium. It's free. link in the show notes. And read with a writer brain. Yeah, how about this? You can read with your writer brain on. Yeah, how about this? So, I hope this is helpful. I hope that you will be obsessed about grammar, but not only about grammar, okay? And keep writing, keep asking questions. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you need help, let me know. I'm actually now creating a writing program, a 3-week writing program, where I will teach you all these things. You will write an article, and you will get my feedback, but not just on, here you used the present perfect instead of the past simple. So not just on language and grammar, but also on storytelling. This is not my obsession. It's not my obsession, but I'm really passionate about storytelling and telling great stories and getting, connecting with the reader. All right, you will find out more about this in future videos. I'm still working on this program. I will announce it in my newsletter as well. So if you want to join my newsletter for non-native English writers, the link is in the show notes or in the description of this video. And I'm launching this. Okay, wait a second. I'm launching this program very soon. So by the end of December, probably before Christmas 2023. All right. I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much, and keep writing. Bye-bye.